Shit. Good morning, guys. I'm not gonna do a live stream this morning. I'm gonna lay back down and go to get some sleep after getting this out to you. I'm not even gonna finish watching it, but I didn't even know Montagraph went live yesterday, but I should have been looking for it. Um, Knowing he's on top of everything, kind of like James Kaufman. I bet James Kaufman said something about this too. But apparently, the congressional hearing on Facebook and the whole Facebook going down thing, it seemed kind of funny. Well, it was, and Monograph hit the nail on the head and found out real quick, put two and two together, and well, here's a little excerpt. I'm gonna let you guys see the first, well, however long it goes. I haven't watched it, but not the whole thing, but I'll put the link down in the description. But I'll let Monograph tell you, this is fucking unbelievable. I swear to God, guys, this world gets crazier and fucking more dystopian every fucking minute. Every fucking minute, waking minute. I wake up in the morning and it's just one thing fucking after another, and then videos get taken down and shit. You like people disappear, and you're wondering, was that shit even fucking real? You know what I mean? Was that shit real? And then you start thinking, am I manifesting all this? And then the simulation question really comes into play sometimes. Are we all stuck in individualized simulations? Like, maybe there are other people, but their reality is totally different. Like, everybody you fucking know, your whole world is a fucking simulation. One day you wake up in a med bed and your family's like, hey, welcome back. How was your life trip journey simulation? And you hug them with your 8 fucking tentacles, and you're like, where you did? It's like, I don't remember anything. Okay. What? You guys have a good day, man. I'll put this up on my BitChute Rumble and Not Your Father's Country on YouTube and Mr. Mission Control 2.0. So it'll get out, get Monograph out there enough on my people anyway. Over there on BitChute, I know I get a couple thousand views sometimes if I label it good enough to get people to tune in. Thanks everybody over there at BitChute. Everybody over at BitChute, this is Monograph. If you haven't seen him before, he's one of the leading never sleevers, and I consider him a patriot, and he's a technological savant. He knows a lot about telecommunications. He worked in telecommunications and all these government military facilities, hooking up their phones a long time ago and their internet. So he knows a thing or two. He didn't know everything, but he's, man, this guy, this guy. But some people don't like him, but I don't fucking care, man. He's got good information, dude. Good information. And it's good to follow him. He doesn't want to branch out on other platforms, so I'm bringing him to BitChute, and I have before. So just I gone on for 5 minutes, but hey, I gotta put my say in a little bit, and might have something else to say at the end of this. I don't know. So let's see how far this goes. I don't know how long it is. The initial explanation I caught just a minute ago, and I rewound it, and I want you guys just to hear it from Monograph's mouth. This is fucking unbelievable.
The entire Facebook went down Facebook whistleblower nonsense? It's not adding up. No, sir, no, ma'am. I'm just going to give you my opinion on it. I can't prove it either way. It's just the inconsistencies are monstrous. Who do we got here as far as Mod Squad? Looks like Spiro's here. Spiro, if you didn't mind, would you please grab the YouTube link for Crowdsource The Truth, Mr. Jason Goodman? If you didn't mind, whichever channel he's rolling with, if you didn't mind, that'd be fantastic. Mr. Jason Goodman had a very interesting statement this morning, and because of his statement, I decided to go cruising around and go back to a story that I read of this whole nonsense dealing with this whistleblower. Let me go ahead and see if I can pull that up, at least on the Twitter side of what he's...
And you see that channel? I don't know if it's the full length of the channel, but Crowdsource The Truth for Jason Goodman. You guys go check that out.
He said on his Twitter account. That would be Jason Goodman at Crowdsource The Truth. He's on our side, by the way, just so you know. So let's see if we can go and find that real quick for you so we can read it to the class. Let's see. Crowdsource The Truth. There it is right here. All right, let's go ahead and give that to you now. And if there's any other... thank you very much, Spiro. I really appreciate that. So that way we know who we're responding to. There it is right there, ladies and gentlemen. And Mr. Crowdsource The Truth says, does anyone else find it strange that this alleged Facebook whistleblower comes out of nowhere and the next day is testifying before Congress? That's a damn good question, isn't it? Is it just me, or does the whole thing seem like BS alert? And I'm willing to bet that there will not be any congressional, this is my statement back to him as a rebut, that there will not be any congressional hearings when it's dealing with Pfister, if you get my meaning. Right? Now, here's the thing. Something's wrong with that picture. Now, this is the way it's being suggested, or in the statements that were released by the press. According to her, she left her house in California and she moved to Puerto Rico to work remotely for Facebook. Facebook made her aware that she cannot work in a territory under Facebook. A territory is going to be like Puerto Rico, Marshall Islands, Guam. Those are territories of the United States. Washington, D.C. is technically a territory. So she's not allowed to work in the territory and work at Facebook at the same time. And where she'd made mention in April that she would be quitting the next month. Okay, well, hold on a second. If she was going to be quitting the next month, that would be April. That means she'd be quitting in May. I don't know if anybody noticed, but it's October. So hold on, let's see if I got it right. May, June, July, August, September. That's 5 months later. Does that make sense? Now, from what I understand, the information about what she found is, such breaking news that somehow, some way that Facebook would rather receive profits over safety, according to her, through the congressional testimony and through the information that she burped out on 60 Minutes. It's so horrible. It's as if that 60 Minutes was recorded, this is just my opinion on this part, was pre-recorded in the case of who knows what, and it would be dumped out. You gotta remember, the reason why I say that is the FBI, not only days ago, who remembers the story where the FBI had made an inquiry to 200,000 Proton Mail users, the email service Proton Mail, and they did essentially a subpoena for 200,000 supposedly Proton Mail users.
And then I want to add this. Just was it yesterday? The the Attorney General for Biden administration claimed that they basically were saying that if you speak up at a school board meeting about the roll-up sleever, like we call it here, or Montagraph calls it, or and if you speak up about that or masking or anything, you're now considered a homegrown domesticated terrorist.
You guys remember that? That was just days ago. Guess who uses proton mail, ladies and gentlemen? Project Veritas. They sure the hell do. I believe that they are the target, and they just said, "Oh well, we'll do 200,000," or definitely one of the targets. So what I'm trying to say is, all this encryption is a bunch of garbage anyway. And if they have a subpoena for 200,000 users, and one of those users just happened to be Project Veritas, that means that all information coming in and out of that email address is being monitored by the feds. Does that make sense? So you mean to tell me the day before Project Veritas is supposed to come out with their groundbreaking information dealing with one of the largest pharmaceutical companies right now that is behind a lot of these mandates, you mean to tell me the whole Facebook thing takes over? BS alert, I'm just not buying it. I'm sorry, I'm not buying it. The reason why I'm not buying it, ladies and gentlemen, is because the headlines would read Facebook I'm paraphrasing, Facebook is more interested in profits than safety. Facebook. Now let's take Facebook out of the equation, and let's replace it with starts with a P, ends with an R. Do you suppose, how many people are in the room right now? There's 460 people in the class right now. Let's take a vote. How many people believe that there's going to be congressional hearings dealing with starts with a P and ends with an R, pharmaceutical company? You think? What do you think? You think there's going to be congressional hearings dealing with the information that Project Veritas put out last night? Do you suppose? Let's go ahead and read the comments, shall we? Hal says no. Mr. Howell says no. None of 9 says not one. Leslie Hawk says no. Look at all the notes coming in, ladies and gentlemen. Well, why not? Why not? This is important. You know, they want the whole world to stop because of what Facebook is doing. Oh, God forbid. But you mean to tell me, according to the people in the class, at the time of the vote that we were doing, there was 460 people in this room, and I would say 99% of the people suggest there will be no congressional hearings. Well, why would that be? Why not? I thought they cared so much. Don't they care about it? Give me a hug. Sure they do. Well, ladies and gentlemen, just because I'm me and I can do these things, I'm sure you probably could too, if you really knew how. But I was able to obtain Francis's cell number. Isn't that neat?
There was one comment there. I want you guys to pay close attention to. The lady said, I can't remember who it was, but it was just past. I tried to stop it in time. She said she thinks Project Veritas is controlled opposition, and I just posted a busted link last night. I busted a couple YouTube channels out for the Vietnamese channels and originally, and had a bunch of videos, and then all of a sudden they start posting these videos with the little AI guy in the corner, and they're talking about Trump and all this stuff and all the fake news and stuff about it and the arrests and all this shit. Well, I found out about these channels when my editor Stranger were posted them a month or two ago, and we started getting all kinds of, like, up into 2,000 views a day on Deep State Watchdogs. So I checked them out. I was like, that's fake news. And then I found a couple more channels that I investigated the videos. I was like, let me see how many, because, it was, I wanted to see how far back they were doing this, or how old their channels were. And I scrolled down, and they, what, Chinese or Vietnamese cooking videos for fucking like 3 years or 2 years worth. And yeah, so I didn't screenshot them at that time, but I showed my editor, I showed Stranger, and I told him, dude, this is controlled opposition shit. They're trying to instigate patriots to either not do anything or do something. You know what I mean? Y'all know what I mean, like, January 6th type shit. So last night I found 2 more of these channels. One of them hadn't even changed their background, and he was he got Francis's cell number. Anyway, you guys can watch the video. The link will be in the description of this video here. Let me get my face back up here for you. My ugly face. Get my ugly face up here for you. Anyway, I've got that article at Deep State Watchdogs, and I'll leave the link to Deep State Watchdogs in the description of this video in case y'all don't have it. Damn, my eye's all swollen. Yeah, my neck is still fucked up bad, guys. So I don't know if I'm going to get a live stream out today. I've got some research to do, some math to do, and I'm not good at math. Some formulas to work out on this frequency thing I found out about, thanks to Frigga. Um, and I'll have a video explaining it. I did a little explanation last night of what I found, but I'll do another video and then share the link to that guy's website so you guys can help me figure out what I'm needing to. Wonder if I was sideways there. Oh well, I'll put it back. What I'm needing to accomplish is I've been called to find, like Cartman, kind of like in South Park, was called to find the brown noise frequency. Well, I've been called to find a certain frequency or a multitude of them that, like this Winters guy I found, has found a frequency for photosynthesis and perception and stuff. Perception, altering perception, and ultimately consciousness. Well, I know that I have innate knowledge about timelines and how they flip, and on a on a non-corporeal level associated with our 3D and 4D realities we live in. So this gets back to the simulation thing, but for us to flip timelines, we have to like change our consciousness and perception, therefore changing the program little by little, and the more people that do it, the greater effect it has. So I will do a video later about what I want you guys to help me with, as far as researching Winters' formulas of frequency, and I'll tell you how to experiment around with the formulas in frequency generators. There's 2 in particular that are we need to mess with. And if you find any more, let me know. Because I only know, I know a few, but there's only a few really good ones. And on the apps, I don't know much, but on the computer, the frequency generators, I've got the really good one. And you can only run 30 runs on it. It's an 8-channel, 4 input out. It's a dual channel 8 plug oscilloscope frequency generator. And some of you might have seen me messing with it before in a video or two a while back, 3 or 4 months ago. But it's a free program to download. And then after 30 runs, it's like $20 to buy the program. It's well worth it if you make music or you want to put, healing frequencies in, or make your own frequencies and add them to your videos and whatnot. Just a quick update before I go to sleep. If you want Montagraphs video, the whole thing, he usually streams for an hour or two. Sometimes just 20 minutes, but he's probably going to be talking about this go on into the next stream today. He's probably figured out more stuff. So hopefully this gets out before he goes live again, which I bet it will, because it's early in the morning. He usually doesn't go live until later afternoon, or around anywhere from 11 Mountain Time, Colorado time, to 1 o'clock in the morning sometimes. It's just, you never know with this guy. I mean, you never know with me anymore either. I just quit doing my 7 o'clock live streams because of, well, obvious reasons, but I'm going to go back to sleep because my neck is fucked up bad. And I wish you guys have a good, excellent day. And I hope you learned from my class this morning. My class video is to spread my knowledge, and Montagraphs got it. I totally agree with him. I didn't know Veritas was coming out with any more information, but maybe Veritas took a dive, took a back pocket payment from the government or from social media or the pharmaceutical companies. After he released some information, they probably came to him and said, hey, or, we all know the government took money from the pharmaceutical companies for all the contracts. They're called contracts. That's what you call bribing the government, with a contract. You use a contract to bribe governments and companies and individuals and hold them to legally bound them to what they say or what they don't say about you. Contracts equal bribery, or bribery equals contracts. That'll be the name of this video. Bribery equals contracts. Controlled opposition? ? So that's what I want you guys to think about today. Simulation, the simulation matrix that we all know that we are in some sort of the whole holographic universe. We all know it's all a hologram. That this cup of water is nothing but light, photons, and particles and waves in a state, in this year, in this second, in this hour, that is in that state. But 1,000 years from now, we'll be in a different state. The plastic will decompose eventually, because plastic does decompose, whether they want you to believe that or not. Eventually, it does. It's like nuclear material. So have you ever watched George Carlin's The Plan, Save the Planet, or what was that video? Anyway, he talks about plastic and the planet, plastic and Earth. I think it's Plastic and Earth video. Go watch that. Yeah, I want you to think about the simulation, the whole bribery equals contracts. You know how they just call shit different names to get away from the stigma of the original meaning of an action or a agreement. You know, a contractual agreement is really just bribery on another scale, on a corporate government scale, political scale. And that's what we're seeing. And until we start calling this shit out, we have to restructure the way things work. Um, I was talking to Teresa, and we were talking about, I said something in the Patriot Act they had done, and took away the Smith-Mundt Act to let corporations and to let news agencies in the government, uh, lie and use propaganda without prosecution, being prosecuted. And so she said it was called the National Freedom Act or something. Anyway, I pulled the PDFs up from 2013 when it was enacted, where the Patriot Act got changed to the National Freedoms Act or something like that. And then they amended it. They amended it in 2014. In my next live stream, I'll probably pop those up and cover those. Those have to do with FICA warrants and uh, spying on you, um, surveillance. They have to do with FICA warrants and surveillance and stuff. And so that's really interesting. What one point out of what I want to pull out real quick and tell you is their definition of an American citizen will amaze you because they redefined what an American citizen is. And I think there's something else in there that allows them to avoid prosecution and accountability. Everybody in the government, if you're beyond a certain level of a public figure or politician or in the government, that you don't doesn't it doesn't apply to law enforcement because we've seen what happened with uh, I can't breathe, so it doesn't apply to law enforcement. But above that, I don't think these people have any legal culpability. I mean, uh, they can't be prosecuted, and that what we're just seeing is fucking show. They're wasting all of our money in these. It's like the Russian collusion, the Hillary Clinton trials, the fucking Fauci shit. Nothing ever happened. They didn't prosecute Trump. Like, I mean, it was all bullshit, but Clinton wasn't, and Fauci wasn't. But on the liberal side, on the Democrat side, looking back at our side, uh, that was bullshit, and the Trump shit was real. So what the fuck? Who's right? Who the fuck's right? I know, looking at reality, what's fucking right, wrong. But to a whole fucking population of other people, man, think that shit's uh, the way we think is backwards. And then there's like the Chinese, the CCP. Think both viewpoints are totally construed, and they've got a really disturbing way of handling the world. and the people, you know. So 30 minutes, guys. All right. So the frequency, the contract, and frequency and the reality simulation, that we have to flip these timelines. We have to flip these timelines, and I finally found the formula that I was looking for. Been looking for it for years. Now I can add on to it. You guys can help me. Uh, you guys got a computer or whatever? Do it on your phone. I don't care, but I need some help. I can't do it on my own, and that's why I've gone out and made social media presence. Apparently, um, whatever it is, you know, God or the Creator, whatever it is, has given me tools to put what I know out there in your mind, so you can add on to that, so you can help flip the timelines, because it's not only your timeline, it's my timeline, it's your neighbor's timeline, and whether they have any knowledge of it, they might be an NPC or a zombie, but wouldn't you feel good if you helped them out too? So much love, guys. I'll get this video out as soon as I can. Peace out. Oh, I just took a picture. I pressed the wrong button. It's this one.